when it's a corruption case, it must have the features of being serious, high profile and complex, or is it or each one of those three? Serious, high profile, and complex?
Yes, so it must be either of those. But it should be, there should be complexity to these matters, because otherwise you've got other law enforcement agencies like DPCI that deals with similar corruption matters. So at IDEC would then concentrate more on the complex high-profile ones and those commercial ones that are high-value matters.
Okay, thank you. And then we can then move to the operations or the operations model of IDEC. And you deal there with it at paragraph 10 of your statement. And I think the DDPP Advocate Sirunye dealt with in some detail on the principle of prosecution-led investigations and what their roles are. But can you, in summary, deal with, at its core, how do you operate within IDEC?
So, how we operate at IDEC, Chair? The prosecution-led investigation presupposes that it is a multidisciplinary team that is led by the DDPP. It will have a lead prosecutor, a lead investigator, a lead criminal investigator, a lead financial investigator. Then there will be also other lower-ranking investigators and lower-ranking financial investigators. You'll also have data analyst as part of the team. In practice, the DDPP will be the one that would normally submit an authorization for investigation to the ID and even propose the team that is to be designated into that investigation to be part of that investigation. Once the ID approves that authorization, then the project manager who is designated to that project will then convene a team meeting of everyone who is part of that team. Then they will start to plan for that project in terms of the investigation and prosecution strategy, and they will then develop a project plan for that investigation. Then there will be taskings that will be issued to the different functionaries who will then execute the taskings as per the project plan.
So in essence, you say that the DDPPs lead a multidisciplinary team, which consists of the various functionaries that you mentioned. Now, you then say at paragraph 11 that in terms of how the flow of information or how reporting happens, is that then these DDPPs report, one, to the ID, and then in another sense, there are then these operational management committees, which you would be the chair of, where they report.
That is correct. So the DDPPs report directly to the ID. The operational management meeting, which we call OMC, it's for the management to monitor progress on these investigations as well as the prosecution thereof, and to see that matters progress as per the project plans. And where there are issues that needs to be addressed, then there are recommendations made in terms of how this should be addressed.
You mentioned the OMC in the past tense. You say you used to chair it. Why the past tense?
Yes, Chair, I used to chair it. What happened is that when I came back to work after my unfortunate incident of kidnapping, I found that had changed. A decision was made that the DDPPs would now chair that committee.
Would they rotate because there's what, 4 of them or
Yes, they would rotate.
not? All right.
When did you come back to work for this, to find this new arrangement?
I think it was the 13th of January, 2026.
And was an explanation given for that?
No, there wasn't.
Thank you.
Advocate Serunye described the relationship between the DDPPs and your office as a dotted line of reporting. Would this new arrangement then change that, or is there any reporting anymore that's done to you?
Chair,
Or your office, sorry.
Chair, there isn't a dotted line of reporting. The DDPPs do not report to me, they report to the ID. What happens is because I'm involved with operations, hence I was chairing that OMC, was just to oversee that all the projects are executed in line with the plans. So in practice, what would happen is that the project managers would then report if there are any issues in the projects, and then they would report to me. I would make interventions to unlock whatever issues that would have been raised with me. And if they needed escalation to the ID, then I would escalate those to the ID. And what would normally happen also is that when the teams are satisfied that investigations are complete and they are ready to enroll a matter, then a meeting would be called. Some colleagues call it the panel, as I had Advocate Serunye testify. A meeting will be called where myself and the ID and the DDPP responsible for that matter will get presentation from the lead prosecutors about that matter and to assess if their decision to enroll is something that it's valid and based on the factual basis based on their presentation. And then once we are of the view that it's ready to be enrolled, then the ID will give the stamp of approval, and then it will then be enrolled, and other processes will follow in terms of the takedown and so forth.
Just to be sure, do I understand you to mean, except for being divested of your power to chair the OMC, your powers remain the same, or not?
Yeah, the powers remain the same.
Thank you, thank you.
And
This process that you describe, where you, the ID, and I think you said the DDPP would constitute a panel where a presentation is made and a decision is made eventually a decision is made whether matters are ready for enrollment, for a final decision by the ID. Did that continue to be the position until until last week while Advocate Johnson was still there? Or are you describing historically that's how it used to be? Or are you saying that has continued to be the case even after you were removed?
Historically, Chair and Commissioners, that's how it used to be. In recent past, it was no longer like that. But in most of the matters that we dealt with and were able to enroll, that is how it used to happen.
Thank you.
In your description of what is reported at OMCs, I got the sense that it was operational matters that were reported. You are both the head of operations and investigations. So at that level, do you also give input on what's happening on the investigative side of things?
That is correct.
So you deal with things like capacity issues. Would it extend to the approaches in the various matters?
As it relates to investigation, yes. When it comes to prosecution, it's only the prosecutors that would deal with that issue. But when it relates to investigation, would make our inputs in relation to that.
Please clarify this. Do the investigators, that is Mr. Belushan, Mr. Padiaki, and all those people, do they report to you as head of investigations? How does it work? Who do they report to?
Only Mr. Dylan Perumal and Chief Boy reported to me as chiefs.
Perumal and who?
Boy. Chief Boy, yes. Nico Boy. So how the structure used to look like, all personnel who were under investigation will fall under my command, to use that word. So the chiefs will report to me, and then those that fall under them will report to them. For instance, the senior investigators will report to the chiefs, and then the investigators will report to senior investigators or directly to the chiefs, depending on a matter.
And then the prosecutors, who would they report to?
The prosecutors will primarily report to the DDPPs.
And then the DDPPs
in
will
the
report
different
to
levels.
Advocate Johnson.
And then the DDPPs will report to Advocate Johnson.
Yes. So you were Mr. Perumal's boss?
Yes, I was.
When did that change?